83 people who violated police curfew have been arrested from various parts of the country. According to the police, the suspects had been arrested from Bandarabala, Haputale, Dambulla, Walasmulla, Nallathaniya, Ampara, Uhana, Bandaragama, Akmimana and Karuwala Gaswava. Police curfew was imposed at 6 p.m. yesterday and will be in effect until Tuesday and Monday based on the several districts. This was the situation in the city of Colombo today. While police checkpoints had been erected in several areas, vehicles which were entering and leaving the city were checked. Our cameras were also able to capture how essential services were being carried out this morning. A poultry farm in Vennapur had continued its operations today, disregarding the police curfew. Following complaints by area residents to the police and public health inspectors regarding this farm, a group of police officers had arrived at the premises and inspected the property. This was a situation which persisted in the city of Putlam and surrounding areas. The Thabova Regional Hospital was sterilized by a group of officers attached to the Civil Defence Force amidst many hardships. A CCTV camera had captured visuals of two people being arrested by the police in Ampara for violating police curfew. Our correspondent said that Anuradhapura and other surrounding areas seemed desolate today. Essential services are in operation in Anuradhapura as well. The continuous chanting of Pirit at the temple of the Tooth Relic in Kandy will be held today as well. While essential services are operational in the city, this was how workers from Municipal Council took steps to sterilize the city. Vehicles were checked in Polonnaruwa at various police checkpoints. Our correspondent said that the curfew has hampered day-to-day activities in Vaunia as well. However, the essential services in the area were functioning. This was the situation around Hikkadua, which usually has a high tourist attraction. There are 5 people at the quarantine center established at the Busa Navy camp. The situation around Matara was also the same with the curfew in effect. The vehicles were inspected by the security forces and vehicles that were authorized could travel on the expressway. The expressway duties were also carried out by the police. Five people who were violating the curfew law were arrested in the Kurunagala town. The police had taken steps to apprise the citizens of the area of the current situation. The Badulla and other areas in the region were also deserted as a result of the curfew that was imposed. Steps are taken today to disinfect public places in Hatton. A group who was surfing and fishing in Waligama had been released after being warned by the police. Our correspondent noted that 3 people who aided foreigners to surf have been arrested by the police. This was the situation in Jaffna. The busy Batiklo town was deserted today as a result of the curfew that has been imposed. This was the Mana town. There were no people in the Ampara town today except for the security forces who were on duty. The Dhamma sermon at the Mahavapi Mahavihari in Ampara continued for its 6th day today. This was the situation in the Dambulla town. 10 people have been arrested for violating the curfew law. Our correspondent noted that 2 three-wheelers and 3 motorbikes have been seized as well.
Two suspects, along with a stock of cannabis with a street value of more than 24 million rupees, has been arrested off the shores of Mannar. Media spokesperson of the Sri Lankan Navy, Commander Isuru Surya Bandara, said the Navy seized 120 kilograms of cannabis along with the boat. A 72-year-old woman has been arrested for selling liquor illegally in a house located in the Mahavata East area of Pallekele. The arrest was made by the Pallekele police following a tip-off. The woman is due to be produced at courts. We will enact the law thoroughly against people who act against the quarantine procedures and the standard procedures that they have to abide by these days. There might be a possibility that we might have to arrest them. There might be some instances where we have to imprison them as well. The Penal Code of Sri Lanka permits us to put such people who act against the law behind bars for 2 years. Under the Act of Quarantine and Prevention of Diseases, we have the right to sentence them for 6 months in prison. Also, we have the right to simultaneously take action under these two acts. We ask you to stay indoors during the time of the curfew as well as during the times it is being lifted.
පවා හැකිතරම් දුරට රැඳී සිටින්න ඔබගේ නිවසේම